Sit down.
Oh, Enrique. Oh.
Make sure you're grabbing your word wall, bell work, and packet by the front. Okay, so here is what's on the board for your bell work. This is just a blown up version of it. So here's the sentence with the word. The word is ruthless. Okay. Everything we're doing in class under is we use the words for the question. So everything we use in there. Okay. So you need to read the sentence. There's two sentences and what do you think it means? So here's your sentence starter. I did some this and then you fill in the blank. Okay. All right. So make sure you're having a conversation with your table. Sleeping.
Yeah, please.
Right. When you walked in, you should have grabbed a bell work. You should have grabbed a bell work, a ruthless packet, and your walking word wall. If you didn't do that, please go grab it from the back and the bell work is on the board. The word that you are defining this morning is ruthless. Ruthless. So there are two sentences here. Use your context clues. Context is also a picture. So make sure you're looking closely at the picture and tell us what you think ruthless means. Where is your bell work? Where is your walking word wall? And where is the text? By the front door. The word.
Read. Let's read. Job work and those things you know just it's them then make it's the money. Are you hearing me? No, no.
So your glasses are really beautiful. Something excuses for not doing bell work. We're gonna put your names on bell work. I'm very confused at why I'm not seeing students writing. At least write the sentence stem. I think ruthless
It just says.
Mr. Brown, you're gonna love my video that I'm making right now. This class is being recorded
Are you trying to straighten up?
for a homework assignment, and I also will be showing it to Mr. Brownlee and Mr. Dugan as part of my observation. Yeah, so.
How many?
We have
Yeah, but how many push through?
So you read this sentence.
Oh.
You did not hear the.
What off, man?
You wanted to make fun. And then she does a ruthless. Not caring, right? The businessman doesn't care. Employees just wants money. He's not a jerk, right? Well, that's a great one. I love that. I've been seeing that a lot. You're right. But the animals.
No?
Yeah, those children are ruthless hunters because they need to kill other animals to exist. So, today is Monday, November 18th, and your bell work. Today's word is ruthless. How many of you have heard that word ruthless before? Raise your hand if you've heard the word before. Okay, so your sentence says Gregory was a ruthless businessman. He did not care if his employees were overworked as long as he was making money, so he was ruthless.
I forgot how to act over the weekend.
Cheetahs are ruthless hunters because they need to kill other animals to survive. So do they like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't catch that animal, I give up? No, what does ruthless mean? Only thinking of themselves, not others. Okay, so are animals ruthless because they only think of themselves? Yeah, because they're hungry, right? They gotta eat. Yes, ma'am. Doesn't care.
Brutally honest.
Say that louder.
Brutally honest.
Brutally honest. Gregory was ruthless, honest businessman because he did not care for his employees. Okay, Bjork?
I think, well, I forgot what I was gonna say, I had another one, but I said harsh.
Harsh, I like the word harsh. I saw another one.
Oh, unforgiving.
Unforgiving,
Hold hard.
mean. Okay. All right, so, show me your pencil. Thank you. Show me your highlighters if you have them. You don't have to have them, but we're gonna annotate today, so if you have highlighters, it's a good idea. Perfect. Show me your bell work exit ticket. Put them in here so I can see it. I need to see everybody's bell work and exit ticket up in the air. Everybody, bell work exit ticket up in the air so I can see it. Good time to do a deodorant check. Did you put your deodorant on this morning?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to check to see if I put mine on? It don't smell good if I did, right?
In good pants.
Show me your word wall. Susie White, thank you. Show me your STEM dictionary. You don't have one, go get one, please. Thank you. And then show me your ruthless packet. Perfect. Corey, that is not where the computer goes. Thank you very much. All right. So ruthless means, one moment, please. All right. So ruthless. Go ahead and write this down. Cruel. I saw bloodthirsty somewhere. Who had bloodthirsty?
Ooh.
Yeah, cruel.
Very
And I'm
descriptive.
worried about causing pain to others, so bloodthirsty. I like bloodthirsty because I think that once we get into our story today, that might. We're talking about. That's cruel, uncaring, right? You guys all said it's not caring. I liked bloodthirsty, harsh. That businessman is harsh. He just wants to make money, so he doesn't care that other people don't get to go to work or have to stay at work when they have things they need to do. Give you about 1 more minute to finish up. See some students still writing. Awesome, ruthless. So, our agenda for today is bell work. Did we finish our bell work?
Yes.
Yes, we sure did. Okay, next up is gonna be our STEM words. We will have 2 today. Then we're gonna read and annotate. Ruthless is the name of our story that Miss O'Malley has picked for us for today. It's a good one. And then we will have our exit ticket. A reminder, that if you are not here, that everything is posted on Google Classroom, including the Ruthless packet. The assignment is, listed in week 15, okay? The assignment plus your exit ticket plus your walking word wall is all in there in case you're absent, or if you are a student, that we have requested that you do things online. Okay, any questions or anything I can clarify here? Cool, all right, ruthless. We are in week 15, so you should have your walking word walls out. Our learning intention is I will.
Monday, that's good. Who's not a week yet?
Who's two? All right, our success criteria is by the end of the week, by Thursday, you will be turning in your word walls, and on Friday, you will have your STEM quiz. How did it go on Friday? Was your STEM quiz easy? Like, maybe, or I bombed it? Because I forgot to circle and underline. I didn't grade them. Everybody did good? Okay, well, I haven't graded them yet, but I will get to them as soon as I can, and get those back to you. All right, so we have 7 words this week. We have 2 today. Quiz on Friday, and our focus is TELE, T-E-L-E. So you should have all of that written on your wall. Don't forget your name in case you drop it or misplace it. Okay, first word, telepathy. My turn, telepathy, your turn. You already see some STEM dictionaries open, so thank you for doing that. Okay, Lander, one of your things to do is to open up your weapon word file and start working on that, please. If you want to sit on the end so you can see the board or pull up the stems, I don't think they're in there yet. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what is telling me? From afar. From afar. What is cat?
Feeling disease.
I'm sorry, what?
Feeling disease.
Hello, good morning, everybody. What is cat?
Feeling.
Okay, remember that comma means what? Or, so you're gonna say feeling or disease. So try again, feeling or disease. Thank you. And what is why? Body, state, quality, or act. Anybody notice anything about what's body over? Okay. All right. Has anybody heard the word telepathy before?
Yeah, I think so.
Think some TV shows maybe that you've seen telepathy in action. All right. So it is a noun, which means it is a thing. Okay. If you know what telepathy means, cool. Try your best to incorporate your STEM in here. Remember, it's a feeling or a disease. It's not both. It is only one of these meanings for cat. All right. So think inside your head. What do you think telepathy means? Share. You two share. Okay. Ready? Partner A starts. Partner B will share. And go.
It's an extra folder. Okay, teacher go. Telepathy. Oh yeah. Yep.
Gentlemen.
Feeling with okay. Okay. And read
Like I can reach it.
You can read it. I know you can.
You get a
Telepathy is a noun. You go.
all right.
You.
Say it. Say it.
You move your backpack.
Telepathy. I need A partner B to volunteer.
My cat thinks it's ready.
on just a second. I need everyone listening to need your voices are off and nice and loud, please, Jake.
You have a twin, you can tell what you're doing to be like sharing a mind.
You're sharing a mind, okay? Like with a twin, if they have telepathy. Okay, partner B, is one you wanna go? Your partner can whisper in your ear and then you can go.
I think capacity is feeling somebody, feeling a person's disease, or like.
How do you feel a person's disease? Okay. Partner B. I need to see a hand raised, you get a gas ticket. Partner B. You gonna raise your hand, you go? Is that it? Anybody else? Partner B?
No.
Yeah. You can go when it's an A. I think you're gonna work the next one. All right, well, telepathy, so you said communication between minds, you are absolutely. While you guys are writing, Jake, nice to see you writing, thank you. Notice that I have bolded some of the words in the definition and the sentence. So between, right? So telepathy is reading someone else's mind. The psychic attempted to locate the child using telepathy. So if you think about a psychic does what? Candace, are you finished writing? Keep writing, sir. We have 3 seconds left. Alright, until nothing. Next word.
No.
This one's gonna be really hard. So I apologize in advance, but you guys got this. You have amazing brains. And if you're not sure, just think. And maybe you can use your telepathy to read somebody else's mind in here if they know what it means. Ready? Who's gonna television? Any other telling words you can think of? Telescope, any other telling words?
Ooh, I think he's psychic.
Oh, you might have telepathy. The next word is telescope. My turn, telescope, your turn. Yep, they rotate through, it's okay. So that's why I put on here, do you really need to look these up? What does telly mean? Yes, you might see some of our words several times because there's different stems that we focus on. Remember we focused on scope previously? This week we're focusing on telly. Tommy is here again. Tommy is here again. Yeah.
Tommy, you good?
2, 1, 0. All right, how many people heard the word telescope before? Raise your hand if you've never heard the word telescope. I hope that I see everybody's hand raised because you are correct. We've had this word before, right? Remember our focus was
Does it mean
scope. So what does
telly?
telly mean?
Music.
Bar, what is scope?
Look at you.
Look or to view or to examine, right? So, telescope, telescope. I know this is a stretch, but I need you to think inside your head for a second. It is a noun, so when you give me your definitions, you are using the words from our STEM dictionary. You're also acknowledging to me that you understand that it is a noun with the words that you use. Are you ready? You're thinking inside your head. Voices are off because we're thinking inside our head. Ready? Good luck, everybody. Partner B starts, partner A will share, go.
Telescope is now. Telescope is
I want to make sure we get everybody in there.
Yes. From Luke.
Telescope.
Telescope.
Is a noun.
Telescope is a noun. Is person, people, and
Person is a
Parent or guardian.
scope. Scope is a book of view.
All right.
people you.
Don't all volunteer. Partner A, yes, Abby?
Telescope is a noun, and noun is a multiplier. Telescope means, look, view, or examine, and tele means from afar. I say telescope is to examine something from afar.
To examine means you're doing an action, that's a verb. Tell me it's a noun. How can you tell me it's a noun without saying it's a noun?
It is.
Thanks, you. Monet gets one too because she owned a friend. Right. Yes, ma'am. You had your hand up, go.
telescope is a noun.
Say, in, genetic view. Examine. From the view, examine.
And introduce to view things from afar. Anybody over here? Anybody over here? Jayden wants to try.
This year.
Jayden with his eyes closed. Holy cow. Do we have to close our eyes or are you opening yours? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. You ready?
From far away, I think telescope is a device to look far away.
A device used to look far away. He did that with his eyes closed. That's amazing. Thank you. Anybody else? I think we got this one, right? Letitia, you're raising your hand?
It's an Edgar.
No.
Letitia? Yeah. Letitia, you raised your hand. I mean, it was kind of going like this to go point at your hand was raised, so go ahead.
Because scope is the meaning, look, view, examine. From afar, think, telescope. From a look view.
Okay, so it's a noun, so it is a, what's a telescope?
Telescope is a noun. Device.
A device used to,
Look a view,
Look,
examine, afar.
to look far away. Good job. All right. An instrument, so those of you that said instrument, thank you. That makes sense. Object, far away. Up here, nearer and larger. So I should be seeing writing back there, sentence and definition. Astronomers, right? Astronomer is someone that works, that views stuff in space. Use more powerful telescope to study distant universes. Distant universes. Ooh. Really love that thing underneath the nest. You guys are amazing. Telescope. How many of you have a telescope? Or have seen a telescope or used a telescope? Has anybody been to Flagstaff and did the telescope there? What's it called? I've always wanted to. If you ever get up to Flagstaff, ask your people that you're with, take you to the observatory. If you haven't been there, does that cost money? You have an appointment? I think you can just go. Yeah. Yes, Abby, you been there? I don't know. Have you?
But you're
What's your definition?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's in charge of the bathroom list?
Molly.
That's correct. I mess it up every time. I know.
and put your name on.
Yeah.
I moved it over here because I'm sick of people on my space.
Yeah, so thank you. All right, good job, you guys. You can go ahead and put your word walls away. Did you indeed determine the meaning of the words using roots and suffixes? You sure did. What were our 2 words today? Telepathy and telepathy. You guys did amazing. About those Packers, maybe you watched the game yesterday?
Oh yeah, it was a free game.
Right to the bitter end.
3-1.
It wasn't a free win. They played the Bears.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Bears
so
football
we
game.
have
If you're a Bear fan, don't talk to me.
stems. The next thing on our agenda is we are going to read and annotating the story called Ruthless. Everybody show me your Ruthless packets. Thank you. Your name should be on your Ruthless packet. If you have not done so already, thank you very much. If you have not put your name on your packet, please do that right now. And check everyone to make sure their name is on their packet too. Everybody's good for your name? Her instruction was to-
I see.
So,
I see.
while we are
Yeah. It's a one more.
reading,
It's a
Mr. Running,
it's
Jake,
one more.
2,
Let's see what I see. I see. I see.
0. Thank you. Okay, all right, so while you are annotating today, you are gonna be using a pencil and a highlighter if you have one, okay? You're gonna be annotating text, and we have been talking about suspense, right? We have already read, 2 stories, Button Button and Lamb to the Slaughter. Okay, you guys, who can remind me what kind of suspense we're talking about, what kind of irony? Dramatic irony, and raise your hand and tell me what is dramatic irony. We only have 2 people that know what dramatic irony is. Oh my gosh, Miss O'Malley, we're gonna have to start from the beginning.
Last week is a watch.
Last week, and then the week before. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back. Monet, the other characters don't. Can anybody remind me what was the dramatic? I'll wait till everybody's ready. Thank you. Who can raise their hand and remind me what was the dramatic irony in Button Button? Yes. The wife killed the husband, but everyone else knows that she didn't. Did she know that she killed the husband? Did she? What would happen if you push the button? Corey, somebody died, and that somebody was someone that she didn't know. So did she think that she was gonna kill her husband? No, because she thought she knew him, right? Okay, who can tell me what the dramatic irony was in Lamb to the Slaughter?
That we knew that, he killed her husband and the police didn't.
Okay, and what were the policemen doing?
They were looking for the murder weapons, but
They were eating the murder weapon and they didn't know that they were eating the murder weapon, right? Do you think that she ever got caught? We never found out though, did we? But that was the dramatic irony. So very good. So in this one, you guys are gonna be annotating. All right, you're gonna be annotating text and we're gonna be looking for that irony. And I'm right here, I can hear them and see them. Thank you. All right, your learning intention, you ready? I can annotate. Annotate how the author is building suspense in this short story. I just reiterated what it already says, right? So you're going to, as you're reading, you're going to identify the pieces. You guys can flirt during lunch. Let's pay attention to that. So while you are reading today, you're gonna be annotating your text. Annotating means that you are marking in the text. You're finding information within the text that's gonna support how they're building suspense, all right? You are going to read at least half of Ruthless today and annotate while you are reading. All right, so the art of suspense. We are going to read Ruthless, and it's about a man who is out for revenge. What is revenging? Nobody knows what revenge is?
Payback.
Payback,
Get back at someone.
to get back at someone.
Someone who's hurt you, so you want to hurt them back.
Okay, someone who hurt you, so you want to hurt them back. Does anybody think of an example of a movie or of a TV show that has revenge in it? You don't remember?
So the song.
A song? What song has revenge in it?
Taylor Swift.
Better than revenge.
Better Than Revenge, it's actually in the title.
Also, in one of her
New
songs.
story.
Okay, and you said the movie.
Oh,
Have you seen Despicable Me 4 yet?
no. Yes.
How did they get revenge from it? She's it was in a vending, he was in a vending machine, right? Oh, no, that was one of the minions was in the vending machine. Alright, so Bennett, you're gonna share out what you guys are talking about. I'm assuming it's about revenge.
Sure.
So we have revenge actually happening in our classroom at the moment. We have real-time revenge happening over here. Oh my gosh. All right, so revenge, right? So in our story, there's a lot of side chatter happening, and that's not okay. All right, revenge. So we're gonna talk a little bit about revenge before I let you guys loose into the story. So read the quote on the board. It says, "An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind." So think about that for a second. While you're thinking, your voices are off, you're not having a side conversation with your neighbors. I'll let you have a share in a minute. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. What does that mean? Remember, this is a metaphor, this is not literal. All right, share with your partners, so what do you think? Reach out.
I have a politics.
It's like,
Oil because
it's like if they follow this, you focus, so focus on the game.
Gotcha, oh, I like that, okay. All right. And
Yeah.
voices are off, eyes on me, up here. All right, so what does this mean? Raise your hand. You can tell me what you think. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. What does that mean? I have one student who knows. Yes, ma'am.
Like, if you do something that was missing, like, they do it.
Okay, but why, how does that make the whole world blind?
It's like,
Okay, can you elaborate on that a little bit? So we know what an eye for an eye is, right? So that's getting revenge on someone. You did something to me, so I'm gonna do something back. How does that make the whole world blind? Well, that's literal, we're looking figuratively. Okay, so that's fair. Yeah.
I think it means like, sort of what Avery said, but, that you're not really paying attention about what other people are doing to get revenge and just focusing on stuff that you want to focus on.
For your own revenge, okay? How does it make the whole world blind? Has anybody seen the movie Purge, The Purge? No.
I've heard it.
Okay, it's not a movie for everybody. I usually watch it in October, sometimes September, because it's our really favorite. Sometimes I'm still watching horror movies, but if you've seen The Purge, it's all about, you're given one night a year, and you can go out and get rid of anybody that you want to, without consequence. Right, so if you've seen that movie, there's like 5 of them, I think. So, an eye for an eye.
I haven't seen it, but I know that one of the huge plot points of that movie is that all crimes are legal for those 12 hours.
That's it, yep, just for the $12. All crimes are legal, so you can go out and get your eye for an eye, and then the whole world will not be blind. But what does this mean? Why is the whole world blind if everybody is taking revenge on each other? Because they're all popping each other's eyeballs out? So you're gonna be like, okay, you want the right people?
Yeah, nobody can get it. Like, nobody likes anybody.
Yeah, so everybody's having revenge on everybody. What kind of world are we gonna be living in? All right,
So if,
inside your head, yes.
as an example, if Dr. Ferkus calls me a mean name and I call her a mean name back, that's an eye for an eye. It's the same thing. I reacted in the same way that she hurt me. But if I say, must be sad that you feel like you need to call me a name, that's not an eye for an eye because I'm not doing the same thing back.
Are you being sassy?
I'm being sassy, but I'm not.
If they someone put you in the
Some of my 7th graders need to learn this. Paperwork.
It really is.
not the same.
It might not be in the same place, but you still find it.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay, that's a fair argument, right, but you're still, it might not be the same place, but you're still punching, so it's however you look at it, right? All right, so, let me ask you this. And when you have an answer, please don't blurt out, but raise your hand, and this is an opinion question. Do you think revenge is ever justified?
Yes.
I said inside your head. When you raise your hand to answer the question, you're gonna tell me yes or no, but you're gonna also say why. Give me a because afterwards. Yes, because, or no, because, all right? So I want you to think about it for a second. Is it justified? Raise your hand when you have an answer for me.
Like the freaking.
I heard a lot of yeses, but nobody was raising their hand to share why. Guys, excuse me, Bennett is speaking, he has the floor, so we're listening with our ears, thank you.
If the person who did the activity, they did it, it wasn't justified, so.
So to make it even, okay? Yeah, so Leilani says no, because if you keep going back and forth at each other, it'll never end, okay?
I think it's justified because sometimes, if you just keep going and just in a direction, it's really bigger and bigger later, it's gonna be really big that you can't get yourself out of it.
Okay, I'm gonna refer back to this one. Makes the whole world blind, because they just keep going and going and going, right? So you kind of just answered this one with this one, good job, no, that's awesome.
It's justified, but only in minor circumstances. If say someone, like, is rude to you, you're kind of justified at that point to be rude to them back. But if someone blows up your property, you should not blow up their property.
Okay, so who determines which ones are justified and which are not?
I would say, like, your moral code.
Your moral code, okay? Does anybody, I love that. Has anybody in here watched Dexter?
Oh, yeah.
I've read it, it's so good.
So Dexter Dexter lives by a moral code that his stepfather taught him. What was that moral code? To kill the bad people. But is that still okay?
Yes.
It depends.
Who says
Depends
yes?
on your.
So, your moral code, if you've seen the show Dexter, if you've watched the show Dexter, he lives by a moral code. And his moral code is to kill the bad people, but who determines if they're bad people?
Cause he works with like the FBI and like.
Right, but who makes that decision if they're the bad people? He does, Dexter does. Does he do a lot of research to make sure that they're bad people?
Yeah.
Most of the time. You watched all of the seasons?
Yeah.
I think there were a couple seasons that
I've read the
right? Yeah. So anyway, so your moral code, your moral compass. So anyway, you guys ready? This is a great conversation, thank you. It's really thought-provoking, isn't it? Makes you really think about it. Well, we're going to read a story about revenge. I know. So today's lesson is an independent read. Before I let you loose in reading and annotating, I just want to make sure that we're clear on what it is you're annotating for, right? Remember our point of view, think about the point of view, think about the irony that we've been discussing, right, dramatic irony. And also think about the conflict that is happening in the story, and who's the conflict, what kind of conflict is it, okay? Man versus self, man versus nature, and have all those. While you are reading, think about the dramatic irony that we talked about in Button. Think about the dramatic irony in Lamb to the Slaughter and how that affected the story and you as the reader, right? All right. As you read, you're going to come across a section that says find evidence questions. Okay, on the side, you guys are used to these packets by now, you know what to look for on the side. If it says find evidence, you're gonna highlight at least 2 details. How many details are you gonna highlight? 2. 2, thank you. If you forget, you can look, because it says it right here in the directions. You're gonna highlight those that illustrate how we're building suspense. Okay, if it's making you feel like there's suspense, then should you highlight it?
Yes.
When you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening, right? Okay, there's also gonna be other things in here, hint on the side, if you're answering these questions, also please go in and highlight where you found those answers. If it's an opinion question, tell us why, all right? That's why you're gonna be annotating in your text, all right?
Good to see.
You can choose to highlight based
Thank
on
you.
different colors if you have highlighters. However you choose to annotate is fine, but when you are annotating, O'Malley and I are gonna be looking for annotation that match the building of suspense and match the questions on the side, all right? You can also write notes in the comments, like if something is like a wow, or you have a question, that's also annotating, like, oh, I don't understand what this means, or I wanna know more about this. You can write that in the sides, okay? Any questions or anything I can clarify about annotating? Okay, best resort is if you're not sure, read the sidebars, or if it's making you feel a little uncomfortable, like you're like, oh my gosh, I wanna know what's gonna happen next, right? That's suspense. All right. Annotating and reading is not talking to your neighbors. What that looks like is you are looking at your papers, you're not out of your seats, you've got your pens, and you are reading. Miss O'Malley and I will be walking around looking for your annotations and rewarding CATS tickets to those of you who are on CATS. Okay? So no talking, just reading. I can't wait for you to read the story. You guys are allowed to read out loud and work together, okay, the 3 of you? All right. Common Lit. Did you find it in Google Classroom? I think there's a no. There's a translation button so that you can translate it to Spanish, okay? If you guys want to read.
One second. This one? Oh, it's you.
It's just like one time to log in. It's Avatar. I think so, yeah. It's got a Slip pushes account or something. See that? See a window? Spanish. Already at reading it. Oh, read there again. Sorry. Thank you. I'm gonna put the exit ticket up in just a moment. Please don't put everything away. When you enter your exit ticket, it's gonna have to do with the beginning of the story. And we are going to share out at the end. So on your, if you're still reading, that's absolutely fine. We will continue reading tomorrow.
It's kind
But for your exit ticket today, all right. So I saw a lot of you annotating, so I can definitely see that we have a thumbs up. You guys were annotating. I saw notes and margins. I saw circling. I saw. I hope that you guys are already enjoying the story. I've already read it. It's pretty crazy. So thank you for annotating. We will finish reading it tomorrow. But for today, your your exit ticket. We did everything on our agenda. Nice work. Judson is our main character, correct? Okay, so Judson can be described as ruthless because in the beginning of the story, he what? Okay, so tell us what he did in the beginning of the story. Remember, ruthless means that he's cruel, unworried about harming pain to others, right? So how do we know that he is ruthless? So go ahead and answer that on your exit ticket, and then we can share out. Good?
Yeah, please stay in your seat and keep your X ticket out because we're gonna share
In Spanish and.
I know.
Words.
How about institution?
So
Does it-
as an accommodation
does it
for our
sound?
students is listening to the assignment on
sound?
online, and he also has it translated to Spanish because he just here. All right. You guys are good? right, so I can see writing on your exit ticket. I'll give you about. And then I will call on you to tell me why Johnson is ruthless. Also, if you want to make a prediction about what you think is gonna happen, that would be amazing. With our dramatic irony.
Play and no, in the play. It's just this.
Yeah.
Okay. Because only in English. Oh, okay, so you could also have it read to you in English, but this. Let's do this.
I can vote 1 minute to finish up your exit
Is it
ticket,
the first one?
and then be prepared to share whoever wants to share.
Yes, I did.
One really great answer. Also, I would love to hear your
It's weird.
predictions about what you think is going to.
Oh,
If
maybe.
you haven't already read that one.
Yeah. Okay. We'll take that as a win.
Oh, I've got hands in the air already.
And then
38 more seconds. I have 2 students who already want to share, 3. I still see a couple of people writing. All right, Jane, what do you think?
I think the group is gonna do the first thing, it's something foreshadowing about surrounding,
He's foreshadowing what?
about surrounding, it's, positive ones.
Okay, what is he foreshadowing? What is foreshadowing mean? What does foreshadowing mean?
Like, he's hinting what's gonna happen later in the classroom.
Okay, so what is he foreshadowing that's gonna happen? What's your prediction?
If he, with, he keeps going, looking around, and he's listening, I think like, pretty suspicious, and it's saying how he, he doesn't want anybody touching his things.
Okay,
So we can use those things.
all right, Debbie?
It said Johnson TV describes as a ruthless leader in the beginning of the story. Together that his own life knowledge is his success.
That is ruthless. Why do you think he doesn't want his life to have a need?
Because,
What do you think's gonna happen?
he might like, cause in like the, here's our 7, he came out of like the balcony to find, he's just like, I think he saw a bottle in his hand, and a bottle of whiskey in his hand.
Oh my gosh, and thank you for referencing the text too, and telling us the paragraph, that's awesome. So she's already seeing that something bad's gonna happen, doesn't have you read.
no.
So what happens?
Nothing, I just
Nothing, so that they get rotating for, right?
I had to walk all the way to the cafeteria.
Dior, sit down.
Thank you. Anybody else wanna tell me how Judson is ruthless, or make a prediction about what's gonna happen at the end of the story? Remember, we're thinking about dramatic irony, right? Dramatic irony. In Button Button, the wife actually killed her husband, even though she didn't realize. Lamb to the slaughter, the police officers were eating the murder weapon. Sabelle, what do you think's gonna happen? Oh, he may kill his wife, on purpose or on accident? On purpose. On purpose? Yeah. Oh, interesting.
He doesn't want any more activists.
So that's what we're gonna use for this. Alright, so tomorrow we'll be back. Tomorrow we'll return.
It says, he won't
Read
let
the
anyone
rest
touch
of
this.
our story. So please make sure that you bring the tools that are necessary to annotate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great
So he doesn't, not even his wife was.